Hello dear students, hope you're fine and healthy. Welcome to this video. We're going to talk about grade 7 final exam summary pack for social studies quarter 2 2020-2024. So let's start with this chart. We're going to have some important information about China, India, Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Palestine. So, questions we have here. There's some important questions about China. The capital city is Beijing. The population is about 1.4 billion. The government system is socialist communism, or you can say communist. The currency is Chinese yuan, and the majority of people in China have no religion. After that, there are the majority of Buddhism people. The language is Chinese, Mandarin. So regarding India, the capital city is New Delhi, and the population is now more than China, say around 1.4 billion, almost the same as China, but nowadays a little bit more than China, the latest data. Regarding other information, we did the worksheets, all the worksheets in the class, so if you're missing any, you can search Google or watch on Wikipedia. Regarding Pakistan, the capital is important, which is Islamabad. The currency is important, which is Pakistani rupees, and the religion of majority of people in Pakistan is Islam. Actually, they are Muslims. In Malaysia, the capital city is Kuala Lumpur. The population, government system, also the currency is important. What is interesting about the Malaysia is that the government system is not republic; it is monarchy. The religion of people in Malaysia, the majority of them are Muslims, or the majority have the religion of Islam. Next, about the capital country of Indonesia, the capital is Jakarta. You also had it in your book. The currency of Indonesia is Indonesian rupiah, and the rest of the information we did it all together in the class. If you're missing any, I told you can check your book, or Google or Wikipedia also has the full information. Regarding Palestine, the capital city is Al-Quds. Population is around 5 million people. The religion, the majority of people in Palestine are Muslims, and the language is Arabic. One interesting fact about Indonesia is that this country has over 16,000 islands. So this is important, remember this. And also the government system of Indonesia is republic. It's not monarchy, but Malaysia was monarchy, so remember this. So next question is name 3 countries neighboring China. You can name Mongolia, South Korea, and North Korea, as easy as this. You need to write down, you can just turn on the captions and write down the words. Question number 2 is name 3 neighboring countries around Malaysia. So I give you 4 countries for Malaysia. You can say Indonesia, Vietnam, Singapore, and Thailand. These countries are the neighboring countries for Malaysia. Okay, let's go to the next question. Write the definitions of this word monarchy. It's very easy, It's a government system that the king is the ruler or the leader, and the next king is chosen by the death of the current king. So it's a monarchy, is a system, government system that the ruler is a king. It's very simple. Republic is a government system that we have a president and people choose the president by voting. Very simple. Labor force are the people who work in a country, or the workers, the group of workers that work in a country are called the labor force. Indigenous, the word indigenous means native, as easy as this. So indigenous, you can say a synonym, native. So atmosphere is the air surrounding the earth, which has the necessary gas for the people, animals, and the plants to survive. It's called atmosphere. Very easy. Next word, caribou. Caribou is a kind of animal. It's a kind of deer, a very large deer that lives in the very cold areas of South Pole and North Pole, the polar climate. Semi-arid is a type of a climate that is somehow very hot and dry. That is called semi-arid. For the next part, you should write full answers. What are the five main climates in the Köppen classification? Okay, so the five main climates are tropical, dry, temperate, continental, and polar. So as you can see in this picture, the areas near the equator has a tropical climate. The next up above and below the equator we have the dry climate. Above the dry climate we have the temperate, showed with green, and after temperate we have the continental climate, which is shown with the purple color, and the light blue color on the north and south of the earth are called the polar climates. Okay, the next question, number 6. So what are the parameters that affect the climate? Write all the 4 items and explain each one. If you remember, we talked about it in class very much, and I gave you full examples. So the first one was the latitude, which we said that the earth gets hotter as we get, or the climate gets hotter as we get closer to the equator, and as we get further from the equator it gets colder. Number 2, it was the altitude, or the other word is the height. You can say the height of the land, which the higher we go, it gets colder, like on top of a mountain. It's a very high place. The height is so much so we usually have snow on top of a mountain. It is very cold there. Number 3 was the distance from the sea. Which causes the weather to be kind of humid or dry. So it affects by changing the humidity or the dryness of the weather, and also it affects the temperature differences between day and night. Usually the areas that are close to the sea are usually they have the temperature is not that difference between day and night. There's like in Istanbul, it's not very very hot in days and very cold at nights. It's kind of normal. It's not that different. Okay, number four is the wind. Okay, the wind blows and it takes the hot weather to cold areas, and it may take cold air or cold weather to hot areas. So the wind also blows and it affects the climate. Okay, question number 3. What are the different climate zones found in Africa? Okay, so the climates in Africa range from let's say equatorial climate. They have the tropical wet climate, tropical dry climate. You have the tropical monsoon climate. You have the semi-arid climate and the desert climate. So you can remember 2 or 3 of them. So 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them are enough for the exam. Okay, don't need to memorize all of them. Next question is, what are the different climate zones found in Australia? Okay, about Australia, there are these climates in Australia, like tropical savanna, humid subtropical, Mediterranean, hot desert, semi-arid, and oceanic climates. So you can remember again 3 or 4 maximum of these climates for the exam. Question 5 is asking you about the major climates that are found in your country. So please do a small research about it and remember 2 or 3 of those climates for the exam. Question number 6, how has human being adapted to different climate regions? This is a very good question. I want you to think about it for a moment. So you can say people have developed some cultural patterns and technologies that help them to adjust to the extreme temperatures, like very cold temperatures, very hot temperatures, and humidity. Like, for example, the invention of we have the air conditioners today that people can easily actually travel to countries in tropical areas, even in the summer, very hot summer. People can have kind of easy life in even polar areas. They have used the animals, for example, to go from one place to another, or they have used some special materials to make kind of houses for themselves. So you can write this as an example. People have developed cultural patterns and technologies that help them adjust to extremes of temperature and humidity. This can be a simple answer. The next question is asking you to show the countries of India, China, Malaysia, and Indonesia on the map. So it's very easy. We talked about it many times in the class. Let me show it to you by just drawing the location of the countries. So I show you the map of the country here. Indonesia is located down here. Do you see? Here is Indonesia, colored in pink. Here is the capital, Jakarta. Let me just zoom on it. Here it is. Look, it's here, located here. Then on top of Indonesia, we have the Malaysia country, colored in green. So if we zoom out here, we can see these countries of China and India, which are fairly big. China is the orange country in the center, and India is the yellow country below China, located here. So here in the center, China is big. Left side, or the west southwest of China, we have India, and below the map we have the two countries of Indonesia and Malaysia located down here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are done with all the questions. Please study very well for the final exam, and I wish you the best luck. Goodbye, everyone.